Launched the black signal, but everything is moving slow, including me. Yeah, we had a good show last night, family. Got up, go outside. Somebody broke into my car. So, well, I mean, I left the car a lot, so I don't keep shit in there anyway. It's not that smart to keep important shit in your car, so didn't leave shit in there anyway. But I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, first things first, let me welcome you. You're now standing in the congregation of the mighty. This is the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle build muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I'm your host, Brother Hatim. This is the Daily Toast. And this is a Heart of a Summer production. This is a Heart of a Summer production. What's wrong with you, Simba? Well, we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Both y'all on strike. Oh. Everything done froze up on me. It's one of those days. Interesting. It'll be one of those days.
Mr. Daddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water. But first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath, drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Now grab your glass for some water. Get a picture of that water. Lift that picture of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink. Or should we say, raise, toast, then drink. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors, break down. Drink up. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink your water, fam. Hey, man, as I told you, I go outside to my car. Somebody got on the inside, man. Yep. So the harassment begins. You know, I can't, because I don't have the type of car that a motherfucker want to break in. You can look right in my car and see I have no stereo, no nothing. Motherfucker got in my car. What were you looking for? I have no idea. There's no stereo in the car. Nothing but pennies in the car. But hey, it is what it is. So I call it harassment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know you're doing something good. Alright, so my computer moving real slow once again. Still waiting for some capital for investment in the. I think I'm gonna get me another Chrome. I think I'm gonna get a Chromebook. I'm gonna get a bigger table and get a Chromebook. Because I think I could work my Streamlabs from the Chromebook as well.
Do you have to download software?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Then you can then.
Mm-hmm. So it's all cloud-based. So, we'll work that out. And, shoot. I can't, the computer moves so slow, I can't even see old news articles. But last night we had a discussion about the ass and the grasshoppers. It was a good conversation. Want to send shouts out to Brother Shaka, because Shaka had a room full last night and was able to have a good conversation. But I am glad that I had the foresight last night to named this broadcast last night. I typed it in right before I left. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, it's going a little bit too smooth. Let me go and put this stuff in. But it was a few articles. I sent out to everybody a shot of mastery. You can watch Muhammad Ali in his prime with that blinding speed, beating up people, talking shit. Alright, so I also posted up a video. It's based on a book that was written by Noam Chomsky. I think it's called Manufactured Compliance or something like that. Where they're talking about the power of the media. Very interesting video. I would really suggest that y'all watch it. I noticed that I'm seeing Simone Biles' picture everywhere. And, in connection. So they talking about her brother who did a triple homicide. But her picture is showing up. So we know her brother's name. We know Simone's connection to the brother. But yet we still don't know the name of the Texas shooter. The 36-year-old white man that just decided this weekend he had a bad day. and shot a state highway patrol officer and probably about 20 other motherfuckers, killing 5. And we don't know who his family is. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? We don't even know what he looked like. We don't even know his name. Maybe it came out last night when I was asleep. I'm hoping so, right? Because we know all of Simone Biles' business and her non-connection to her brother's fuckery. So I don't understand why she even had to become part of that. But hey, that ain't me. This dude wrote, I spent 5 years analyzing how rich people get rich and found there are generally 4 paths to wealth. I think one of them was inheriting, so I put that up there for a reason. I ain't got time. Financial Times, rich people are hoarding cash and wealth managers are getting frustrated. So the rich not only are getting richer, but they're hoarding cash. They're not throwing it back out into society so that it could produce something. They're holding on to about a quarter of their wealth in cash. I was reading about new Wi-Fi 6. No, my fault, Wi-Fi 7. And it was very interesting that they talk about
whatever you can't eat, give it to me.
Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. We barely have Wi-Fi 6 yet, but engineers already are working on Wi-Fi 7 and other major upgrades. Now, I don't know if you ever noticed, if you ever read about this stuff, they talk about these channels or these streams of radio waves as real estate. The government actually holds and controls this real estate, and they sell swaths of these radio bands to the industry. They make it available, and I'm sitting up here like, hell, you know, shit, throw that in on a package. You know what I'm saying? We get control of a certain amount of bandwidth or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? People gotta pay us to use it, type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Throw that on them reparations. You know, that sound good. That's something I could pass down. That's real estate. So then it goes to my show last night. All right, so let's go and do our toast, because I'm running behind. All right, so we lift up our glass. We pour some ambrosia. We raise our glass. I gotta go out and clean my car. Ain't that something? We raise our glass to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We raise our glass and we say, Ashe. All right. From there, family, we move on and we grab our list of our ancestors and we salute our ancestors. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Tex, Anna Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Penny Gasson, Lena, Uncle Chris, Finn, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Mark Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Flora, Montague Pimenel, No More X, Pat Mile, Rob, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Broford, Actor Jr., Jay Edwards, Carla Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Jennifer Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Rich Trigg, Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Runderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mocha Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agos of Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, TC Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl G. Thorne, Al Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thorne, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza, Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther, Keach Larice, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy Selma Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Here Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Anna Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinez, Adam Ted Wellman, Fred Douglas Trigg Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lola Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Ellen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dean Monares, Gina Luke Jones, Jenna Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Oda Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, Capritas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scanterbury, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ed Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Neilon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gadsden, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Jones, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George, and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Tubman McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Sanders, Doretha Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harris, then Margaret Towns, May Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Joe Dean Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Ellington Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, and West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, A.J. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Irene Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ryan McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Brothers, Reginald Oliver, Mazarin Coper, George Swan, and Monia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon, Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lonnie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joey, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sapple, Kevin Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Yellow Clarence Lumpkins, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger, the third, Tamara Dowdy, Michael Harris. No, it's my fault. No, it is. No, it's Nicole Harris. My fault. Julia Taylor. Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Deshandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henriette 62nd, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al Louty, Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Karimi, also known as Dr. Karimi Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla, Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson, Carl White, Desi Woods, T-Law Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, and Juanita Alexander Brown. We raise up our glass, we salute all these ancestors, and we say, Ashe. Thank you, Marsh. From there we move to the moment. We want to give all of the Ujima babies a round of applause. Give them a round of applause. Family, we are on Ujima today, and I want to ask you to activate your reticular formation, and we are seeking out Ujima. Everywhere we go and everything that we do, we want to seek out Ujima, hunt it down, catch and release, take a picture of it, share it on Gye-Nyame Journey. You know what I'm saying? Look for Ujima. For those that don't speak the language, Ujima means collective work and responsibility is around us. The demonic principle of the day is righteousness. Respect is the M7 principle. Blue is the color. Vibration is the hermetic law. The male name for the day is Kwaku. The female name is Akua. Right? So we want to raise our glass up for this moment. Right now in this moment, we are in a sacred space. Because, like I said, the past is no more and the future is yet to be. But right now, it's all we ever really have. So we have to squeeze every ounce out of this moment that we can. So we lift up our glass so that we could knock down some of the roadblocks that might be there for our children in the future. You know, and we want to remember the wisdom of the past and bring that energy into the present and use it in the way it's supposed to be used. So we say, Ashe. From there we move to our future, our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We toast them in advance, and we say Ashe. From there we move to all of our relations, and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, family, we move to that selfish toast. What is it that you need in this moment to move towards your greater you? We lift up our glass, and we say Ashe. From there, family, last but not least, I toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most uplifting, the most outstanding, the most beautiful individual in the room. Guess who that is? It's you, right? We lift up our glass, we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I'm not able to really see any chats today, and I wasn't able to send out the text boom file. No, it's still in the come up. So I wasn't even able to send out the black signal, so I apologize. I'm going to reset my computer now, turn it off, and hopefully start over and make any updates that I need to make. Yeah, so everything is crashing. So hopefully somebody caught it. Hopefully I'm up. Let me make sure I'm streaming on all cylinders. Well, we up on Periscope. We up on Facebook. We up. They say we up on YouTube and we up on Mixer. All right, family. All right. So what we do is we're gonna shut this down and we're gonna get up out of here. So y'all have a great, magnificent, and marvelous day. I'm gonna go get my car together.